conversation. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. My name is Latasha L.T. Jimerson. I'm an author, teacher, book coach, and motivational speaker. I'm also a retreat host for women who want to write their memoir and tell their story on stage and travel all around the world with their message. Tonight, I want to talk to you about the Divorce Chronicles. This is the story of my life and how I navigated my divorce, the process, the ugliness, and the overall emotion. I'm going to be very careful in using my words so that I follow the community guidelines here because there are other platforms that have tried to censor me. So here's what it is. I wrote my first book in 2017. And in 2017, I was a classroom teacher. I was teaching at a large school district in Southern California. And I had been living the American dream. I had the house, I had the spouse, I had the three children, I had the cars, the dogs in the back, the big house, the 2,500 square foot house on a lot that was over 10,000 square feet. We had everything, and it was supposed to be the American dream. But what started as an American dream turned into a complete nightmare because in 2020, my sister passed away of colon cancer. God rest her soul. And when I got home from my sister's funeral, I was criticized, I was disrespected, I was verbally abused, I was financially neglected, and I was basically kicked to the curb. And so, what I decided to do was to quit teaching. That was the end of my teaching career in 2021. I went out on stress leave and I decided that I was going to now start a whole new life, right? I was going to find a place where I could be celebrated and not tolerated, where I could be respected, and where somebody would not be talking to me like I'm just a little piece of trash, because that is what happened. So let me give you a quick little backstory to the backstory because soon you will be able to buy this because I'm going to be writing a book about the Divorce Chronicles. There's going to be me and a couple of my other friends who are now also divorced. And I don't know if you guys noticed that there's a trend happening right now in the world. It's not just in the US. It's not just in California or Pennsylvania. This is like a worldwide trend where women are filing for divorces and they're getting away from people who are abusive. They're getting away from people who are manipulative. They're getting away from people who like to gaslight them. They're deciding to no longer put up with the infidelity, right? They're not putting up with the old traditional things that our grandmothers had to put up with. Women are rising up all over the world and we're fighting for our rights. Okay? We have a right to be free and to be happy. And we don't have to be stuck in marriages forever that are not healthy and toxic. One of the ways that you know that your relationship is not healthy is if you're always sick. If you're constantly complaining about your headache, your head hurts, your stomach hurts, you have heartburn, you have indigestion, you got eczema on your skin. You got all kinds of stuff going on with your body. When your body's not good, you're not good. And most of the time it's because you're sleeping with the enemy. Sorry, that's just what it is. So check your health. Your mental health is the most important thing as well, and your spiritual health. Check your spiritual practice. Make sure that you're praying and you're reading your word. Make sure that you're meditating and you're spending time alone. Make sure you're talking. Make sure you have a friend group that supports you and that celebrates you, not just tolerates you. And if you have children, I'm praying for you because it is not easy to leave a relationship when you have children. Wants to be a single mom. No one. No one wants to be a single dad. No one wants to be a single grandparent. And we got a lot of grandparents that are raising children these days. And that is a conversation that needs to be had because where are the healthy moms and dads? Where are the healthy marriages? Those are the ones that we need to be looking at. And those are the ones that we need to be learning from because nobody's really having this conversation out loud. And so this is a part of my second memoir because the first memoir that I wrote in 2017, that started with a part of this story, but it didn't end with the actual truth of what happened after 2017. See that the first book was done in 2017. That's why I call this channel Your First Book 101, because that first book that I wrote allowed me to give birth to the other books. You're cute. Thank you. I appreciate you. I hope that you'll be writing a book pretty soon. Thank you for being a number one fan. What is a memoir? Great question. So, okay. So you know what an autobiography and a biography is, right? A memoir is a book that's written by the person and it's about their life. So if you write your memoir, it's about your life. I subbed and liked. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah. So yeah, that's what a memoir is. A memoir is something that you write for basically you're writing it for yourself to lay out your story, but you're also sharing it to help somebody else. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, if you have any other questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Information, writing books to gain clients, if that's what you're doing, if you're a coach or a consultant and you want to write your book to gain clients, I teach people how to do that. But most of all, I just love to talk to people who are content creators because most people don't understand you. If you're a content creator, you are in the top like 1% of human beings in the world because most people turn my light on. Most of the people will not in the world will not take the time to sit down and create content. So I am on here to share with you how to create your content and how to monetize it and do well. However, you can't monetize anything if your mind is not right. You cannot be successful if your relationships are not right. If you're sleeping with the enemy, you can't be successful. You have to deal with that. Because this is the reason why I didn't write my book. I was supposed to write my book in 2005. I didn't end up writing it until 2017 when my marriage was almost over, right? I had to get rid of the toxicity in my house. I literally decided to move into my own house because I was not at peace living in the marriage with someone who was gaslighting me every day, taking money out of my bank account constantly, just disrespecting me, infidelity, all kinds of just random stuff happening to me. My health was going bad. And you know what? I decided I'm not going to do this anymore. So, sold the house. I quit my job first, sold the house, moved to another state, started a whole new life. Now, in the process, my children were manipulated and they were turned against me in the process. We went through a whole court battle. We went through a whole trial. I didn't even know. Did you know that they have divorce trials? We went through a whole trial. And so this is something that's unbelievable. It's something from the movies. And I'm going to write about it. And it's probably going to be a screenplay and be a movie on the big screen because people need to know about this kind of stuff, right? If you're living with someone who just makes you sick, back away slow. Okay, back away because you got into it slowly. So I need you to back away from it slowly. Okay, and I'll come back in another video and I'll talk about how to slowly begin to distance yourself from toxic people, right? And if you want to message me, you can go ahead and message me and I will respond to your message. You can email me. My email is ljimerson35@gmail.com. And you can Google me, Latasha Jimerson, and you'll find my link to book a call with me. And I would love to talk to you and hear your story and share with you how strategies on what you can do to improve your life. Okay. All right. That's all the time I have. You guys have a beautiful evening. I love you. Bye bye.